Hey, what's going on, you guys? So today, podcast number 3. Today's main topic is going to be social media. Social media. Social media. Social media. Everybody hates social media, but we love it at the same time. It is deeply embedded in society. It's like, well, I hate social media because Facebook, they collect all my information and they sell it to the Russian government. Well, you're still using it, Cheryl. So, which they might do. I really don't know, but everybody loves social media. I think Facebook is like the powerhouse of social media. I mean, they've been around for a while. They bought Instagram. They made a huge comeback. They're like New Balances. For a while, New Balance was like, well, they were like the butt end of every joke, like the standard go-to, the industry standard go-to dad shoes. Okay. And then after a while, they're like, all right, well, I've had just about enough of this. We're going to come out with a really cool line of shoes and cleats. Now they're all over baseball. Am I saying New Balance and Facebook are probably in a conspiracy together to come back? Yeah, I am. So start posting about it on the internet. But now Facebook is the powerhouse. It really is. So social media. I remember the first form of social media that I can recollect was AIM. And I was not allowed to have an AIM account. My mom, in particular, was very against social media. Still doesn't like it. But even for an AIM, I mean, I was probably in like 5th or 6th grade. And all you were doing was like chatting your friends after school. And all my friends had it and I wasn't allowed to. My mom never budged on any of her maternal policies. Well, all my friends have it. I don't care. I literally don't. Well, it's embarrassing that I don't care. I wasn't allowed to have a cell phone until I was in 8th grade, the 8th grade graduation. All my friends started getting them, and, you know, some as early as like 5th or 6th grade. Mom, all my friends have phones. I don't. It's so I don't care. Well, what if I go out and I need to get a hold of you? Here, use my cell phone. Or use the home phone. But if I get lost, I just said you can use my cell phone. Okay? See you home at 9:30. I'll let you stay a little later tonight. I'm going to be the same way with my kids. But anyway, yeah, her big thing was always like I was going to get an AIM account and immediately get a message from some, shiesty guy. Hey, what's your credit card information? I'm like, oh, here's my mom's, here's my dad's, here's our address. Would I have done that? Probably not. And then MySpace was out, and that was a big no. Uvu, chat relay, a lot of bad things going on in those platforms. So in a way, I kind of like, did I need it? And then Facebook came out. Oh boy, everybody had Facebook except for me. And I made one in secrecy when I was in 7th grade. And I'll give it to myself. I was a little sly guy. I mean, I didn't no cussing, no bad pictures, none of me doing anything bad, just a profile picture, probably like a fresh, like for a rate 2 or 3 times a week, like for a TBH. But I didn't do anything bad on there. And I remember I left my email open like an idiot after I was browsing Facebook. My mom was like, this is Facebook. You have a Facebook. And she read all the emails, rightfully so. I was disobeying her rule. And she was like, oh, what filthy language your friends are using. This is disgusting. They're all saying the F word. I was like, but I'm not. Right? Can I keep it? No. Okay. So I wasn't allowed to actually get one again until 9th grade. And then they found out in our computers class or something at the school I went to that students were going on Facebook through the school laptops. And they made everybody pull up. They were taking selfies on the camera. And they made everybody pull up their Facebooks. And my mom was exasperated that I still had a Facebook at that time. And I even had to be involved in that tribockery. But I didn't take a single... Whatever. I'm going on a tangent here. Social media has been around and Facebook was the powerhouse, and I think it really still is. They did make a big comeback. So I was finally able to have a Facebook when I was in 9th grade, which was, Right? Made one illegally, made Finally was able to have one legally. And I remember when Instagram came to be, I was in like 10th grade maybe, and somebody showed it to me and I was like, why would anybody ever use this? I mean, it's just, you can post photos on Facebook. Why would you ever want to get this Instagram? But a couple people had it and I pretty shortly became sucked right into it. And I was like, oh, this is cool. This is sweet. I've had an Instagram since like 2011. And I feel like when Instagram first came out, its main thing was like actual photography. Like photos that had like, okay, here's a nice sunset in my backyard in the early fall when the leaves are starting to change and they're getting that nice hue of orange and yellow, a little wisp of red, and then that evergreen tree that never turns non-green. The needles never fall off because that's what they do. They're coniferous trees. Or, I'm riding my motorcycle in Lancaster County and there's it's a really nice like cornfield in the back and some cows. Take a picture of that. Or here's the snow caps of the Rocky Mountains. And I know that people did that because when I first got on Instagram, I took a picture of the snow caps of the Rocky Mountains. Yeah, pretty well traveled. Now it's just not that at all. No one really takes pictures anymore like it used to be. When I was younger, we had a video camera, a VHS video camera, and then a regular film camera. And you took pictures and video of everything. I mean, it didn't even have to be like a significant event, like a family party or a wedding. It could have just been a Wednesday after school and you wanted to piss everyone off. But you took pictures of everything. You actually like captured life as it was back then. The simple example that I always give to people is looking through my parents' old photo albums. I'll come across pictures of, somebody took the camera and took a picture out into our yard. And you can see, oh yeah, like looking back 10, 12 years later, I forgot that was the car that dad and mom drove at that time. No one does that shit anymore. I have a digital camera that I got from my uncle, and I try my best to do just that. Just take pictures of everything. Whip it out, take pictures, family events. Even when I'm just like going out with my friends or down the beach, just try to get a bunch of good old-fashioned classic candid photos that one day you can look back on and say, hey, these are good photos. Now, people just take pictures of either themselves or themselves with other people they're with at pleasurable events, and that's about it. I need you to know that I was at this bar last evening with these people. I need you to know. I need you to see every single time that I'm doing something pleasurable in my life. I need you to know, and I need you to get recognition for it, okay? I need you to know that I'm at the fucking Cheesecake Factory. It's Brittany's birthday. I can't not post for Brittany. And you look down like the, Instagram accounts, and it's just like, picture of you and your friends, picture of another you and your friends, picture of you, picture of your car. Okay, oh, you're in it. Picture of you. It's just kind of like, that's boring. What are you going to do? Print all those out and put it in a photo album? That's lame. And you take pictures on your phone. If your phone somehow goes to the bottom of the ocean, you're not going to have any. Well, there's iCloud now. Well, if iCloud fails, then you won't have any photos. And if you did, you're not going to want to look back on those because they're not really that interesting. I do it too. I'm guilty of it 100%. You want to go out, with your boys and you want to take a picture. Guys, get together a picture. We're at this bar we've been to 140 times. Let's get a picture of me and the boys on a Saturday night. Yeah, I'm going to wind up sleeping and peeing on the floor later. When it comes to taking a picture with a group of people, it's always very interesting. And this goes both ways. It's not just, it's guys and girls. So like if I'm at a bar with my friends and I'm like, all right, why don't we get a picture? I need everyone to know that we were here last night. What really is the reason? I don't know. Well, it is a good memory, but you take so many of those over time. It's like, yeah, okay. Yeah. I've stopped a lot. I mean, I've really gotten better at not doing that. But some people, you follow them and it's just like, oh my God. We get it. You look, very attractive and you look very happy. And I'm recognizing that I see this post and see you there. But if I go to take a picture with me and the bros, say it's, me and I only have like 4 friends, me and my 4 friends. And if that, you get together to take the picture, and if those photos are taken on my phone, everyone afterwards is like, oh, can you send me those? Can you send me those? Can can I see them? When you go through to find the picture that you're going to post on social media, you could care motherfucking less what anybody else looks like in those pictures. You could care. You don't even look at them. You're zooming in and looking at 100% yourself. And whatever photo you look the best in, that's the one getting posted. And that is the God's honest truth. I don't care who you are. You'll see photos like, of course you post the one of me with my eyes closed. Yeah, because I don't care what you look like. I just care what I look like in that picture. I mean, I could have the picture taken and my friend Zach could be on the end and he could be getting mauled by a rabid lemur. And it's like ripping his shirt off and there's like blood everywhere. But on the end, if I look absolutely gas, that's the photo that's going on social media. Done. I just don't care what anybody else looks like. You don't look. Girls kind of take it to a whole new level. I mean, guys are like, whatever. There's another ugly picture of me on the internet. And you can always just look through the other ones to find the one you like. But girls kind of will go above and beyond. I've always been fascinated by the comments that you see on girls' posts. Like if it's a girl taking a picture of herself, maybe an edgy selfie and putting it up, the comments from her friends are insane. It's like, oh my God, stop being so pretty. Stop being so pretty, please, now. Stop being so pretty right now. Stop it! I'm going to cut over and cut your face off and put your face on my face while you be that pretty. Oh, love you, bitch. I once asked my sister, I said, will girls, I think I've said this before, will girls post a picture of themselves and then reach out to their friends and be like, hey, can you, throw me some comments, give me some clout. I'm kind of up in the air about this. I thought that I was full of shit and just being a dumbass. But she was like, yeah. She's like, I've had girls that I know text me just that. Can you go and and comment on my last picture? It's like, whoa. I can only imagine if I said that to my friends. They would say some pretty hurtful things on there. And they wouldn't like it. One of my best friends, who was my roommate from college, who's 1,000% not going to watch this, refused to follow that Goon D.C. throughout college. Why? It can't be that I'm not funny. It can't be that it's not the best content currently on the internet. It was just to fuck with me. Did it work? No, kinda. Yeah. He followed me when we got out of college. That's fine. Guys are very honest on social media. When my closest friends like a post, that means, okay, that was probably pretty good. That was a well-earned like. Shout out to the people out there who they just, you know what? This video sucked, but you're my boy, and I'll throw you a like. But my closest of friends, yeah, you got to earn their like. But yeah, girls are nuts. And then I mentioned when you take a picture with, it's just like a selfie or something. When girls take a group photo and they do the whole thing where they kind of go through and pick the picture that they look the best in, that's like grand arsony to the friends, because who knows, maybe they won't send them the pictures before they post it. And you'll see comments of friends like, oh my God, of course you picked the picture where I look like literally fucking Shrek after he just got out of his mud bath. Oh, why would you post this picture of me? I love you, bitch. You look fire though. It happens. Oh my God, I really look like a mutilated sloth in this. I don't like that dress that I wore. But you look so good. That was such a fun time. Love you, bitch. So that's social media in a nutshell nowadays. There still are a lot of great accounts on there who like just do like photography and, you know, the one guy that I follow, he puts up really cool pictures of cars. I don't understand anything about cars, but they're always really nice photos. Yeah. Your mug doesn't always have to be in the picture, which my mug is spread all throughout the internet. So do I have room to talk? Probably not. But I'm not always firsthand thinking of my aesthetics when I post videos, as you can probably tell. I've worn many wigs. Yeah, that's social media. Still in the digital world is video games. Video games are just fucking lit. I mean, like, video games are just like the coolest. Video games are cool. They're really cool. And I know that a lot of women don't understand that. There are a lot of girls out there who do play video games and they understand, yeah, they're fucking cool. When I was a kid, I was obsessed with video games. When I was a kid, I was obsessed with video games. And I was fortunate because I have two older brothers and two younger sisters. My oldest brother, I think he's like 10 or 11 years older than me. So when I was growing up as a kid, I got to experience and he was really into video games. I got to experience all the cool gaming systems and the updates because he always had them. I don't really remember it too much, but the first was, it's not the SES. It's the one before the Super Nintendo. It just basically was I have it downstairs. Is it an SES? I don't know. It's Nintendo. And then there was a Super Nintendo, which I really liked. Still have that downstairs set up. So I got that old one, the Super Nintendos. My favorite Super Nintendo game is... I got to think about this for a second. Battletoads. Even though it's fucking hard as shit. But my favorite console that he had growing up was a Nintendo 64, which I also have. I mean, I feel like it was just, whoa, it's in 3D. And there was also a PlayStation 1 in that mix somewhere, but we never really dabbled with that too much. Except one time when my neighbor gave us a whole big mess of PS1 games, which was cool. And the one was that game where it's like a flaming clown head on the van. It's like Demolition Derby or something like that. I can't never remember the name of it. But Nintendo 64 was awesome. And I always infuriated my oldest brother because games back then were hard. They were really difficult and it was not clear cut and dry how to beat these campaigns. Like the early games like Mario, like early Mario or even like Battletoads, they were fucking hard. Because you have to just fail to win. You have to fail to figure it out. Then you go all the way back. I mean, Battletoads in particular, you got to go all the way back to the beginning. So you have to fail and put in a lot of... Like Nintendo 64, I remember trying to play the campaigns. Like my favorite games were, Mario Kart, GoldenEye. I really liked Mission Impossible. I tried to play the campaigns when I was a kid. I couldn't even come close. And like the reason I pissed my brother off so much was he beat all of them. Like thrice times over. Link or Zelda, he beat that. So my dumbass tried to go in and play a campaign and literally just would overwrite his files. And that infuriated him. And rightfully so. As a kid, I didn't know any better. Same with James Bond GoldenEye. And it's funny because later on in life, like now in life, I still try to play those campaigns. I can't. I mean, I don't try as hard as I could, but you got to put a lot of effort into it. Because like GoldenEye in particular... It's all timed. So you start here, you go here, you know when the bullets are going to start hitting you. And my brother memorized all of that, hence why he beat it. And you'll be like going through, and you're like, where am I getting shot from? and then you turn around in the corner, there's just like one guy like, oh, yeah, I forgot about him. That GoldenEye was considered really violent back then, at least according to my mom. I mean, we were only allowed to play GoldenEye twice a year when my Uncle Andy from Colorado would visit. And that was like sheer violence. I mean, if you look at it now, it's absurd. I mean, the graphics are terrible, but that was, of age back then. Those were amazing graphics back then. But when they get shot, it's not like they're like bleeding or like their limbs are falling off. They just like kind of like looks like they just dumped a bucket of paint on them and it's just like there. But they're all like, but that was like, nope, I will not have my son subjected to murder like this. Which it was murder. I mean, it is. But like you look at it, it's like, yeah, well. But my God, that shit was like crack. Absolute crack. And I could only play it twice a year. I remember one time my brother was watching me and he said, all right, mom's not home. We can play GoldenEye. All right? But you cannot, like, Uncle Andy's not here. We can play GoldenEye, but you cannot tell on me. Do not tell on me. I won't. We played and it was lit as fuck, as normal. And then for some reason, my mom got home. I told on him. I don't know why I was being such a little snitch. But he was like, what the hell is wrong with you? I was like, I don't know. I don't know why I just did that. So he, rightfully so, never trusted me to do that again. But I would still play many times. Like, my mom wasn't home or she wasn't like in the room. I had my friends over. It's like, yeah, we can play GoldenEye. It's not a big deal. I don't even care that I'm only allowed to play twice a year. My Uncle Andy's not here. Then if she caught me, my God. And then the Xbox came out. That was cool. Watching my brother play Halo Online was always very cool. The Xbox was when I really peaked at being just obsessed with video games. Because by then I was allowed to play more frequently. I mean, I played a lot of the Nintendo and stuff, the games I was allowed to play. But my God, I wasn't allowed to play online, so we snuck that. But Xbox just in general, like it was just incredible. Xbox and Xbox 360, always played Call of Duty, Halo. Then I got really into sports games too. I played so much that I wouldn't want to go outside to play with my brother and my neighbors. Partially because sometimes, they were kind of dickheads like when we would play shit. So I just wanted to play video games where nothing can hurt me. And I'd play for a long time. I was short, skinny, I had glasses, long hair. Got like excited as fuck when I would, I don't know, go on a 4-kill streak in Halo with the Needler and running somebody over with a ghost. And I would get time limits set on the amount of video games that I could play. I remember it would always start off at like 2 hours a day, then an hour, then sometimes a half hour. Because I would get that time limit. My mom would be like, you have to know when you start. Normally she was pretty good with saying, okay, 2 hours is up, stop. But I would never say anything if I was over the limit. And if I had an hour and a half limit on the amount that I could play, if I was an hour and 45 minutes, that 15 minutes was absolute crack to me. Oh, yes. Looking over my shoulder. And then I'd be playing for an hour over it and she'd find out. I'm not saying anything. It's not my job to keep track of the amount of video games that I'm playing. I'd play all day if I could. Could have been the nicest summer day of the year. Don't care. Don't care. A cool tradition we had, it was me and my other group of neighbors. Friday nights was always Domino's Pizza, Licorice, and Halo multiplayer. Just the four of us playing split screen. Do I miss that? Xbox One's cool too. I've frazzled out of video games. I really have frazzled. I mean, I still do like to play them. And I used to be hard as fuck too. I used to be tough when I was younger. I got so into when I was a kid, I wanted to be in the NBA so bad. Practice all the time. I love playing NBA Live. The first one I ever played was, NBA Jam on the Super Nintendo. But the first, like, EA Sports game I really played and got into was NBA Live 2004. I'd play the shit out of that game. And then 2005, 6, 7, 8. Then eventually they discontinued Live and just started making 2K, which I don't give a shand. I'll keep playing that. I'd play those games for hours. I'd learn every single player in the NBA. I would practice, try to imitate. It would make me better at basketball. But I used to be like tough. Like, I'd get so into it and get so pissed off. I'd be screaming at the TV. I'd get so mad that I would literally go into the settings to turn the announcers' voices off because the shit that they were saying, talking shit on me playing poorly, got to me so bad. Like, shut the fuck up, Marv Albert. Yeah, I threw the ball away. I'm also facing one of the best defenses in the entire league. All right? You weren't saying anything bad about me when I was playing really good last game. I'd turn that shit off. Couldn't stand them. My brother would be like, dude, shut up. You don't know. You don't understand. And then I, played in high school, played in college. It started to frazzle out as I got older. I think the main reason why video games when I was younger were so appealing to me and so like, I want to play all day, every day, is because it was something that I wasn't really allowed to do for an extended period of time. Again, I had friends they play video games all day, all night. My one friend, I'd go over his house, sleep over. We beat Army of Two in one night. That was some gangster shit back then. We would tell people that for a while. But then as you get older, women who don't play video games and have like husbands or, significant others who play video games, they hate them. I know it's hard to understand what the appeal is, but like, mind your own business, please. Because they're really appealing. And I, as of recently, have started playing video games again. I mean, probably like a little less than a year back. Maybe a little over than a year back when I was living with my parents still. I kind of got into video games again. It was Call of Duty. Because like Fortnite, I kept hearing everything about Fortnite. Fortnite this and Fortnite that. You hear about people playing 2K. 2K is okay. Madden I've always found very boring. I always loved MLB 2K. But then they discontinued it for the Xbox, and you could only get the show. And I'd rather murk myself than get a PlayStation for no reason other than I've grown up playing Xbox. So I couldn't play that for a long time. Call of Duty kind of... Once they started going like futuristic and stuff, I was like, yeah, I'm good. So I just kind of stopped playing video games for an extended period of time. Like in college, the only thing I really played was like... We played NHL, and I was the worst at it in our house. I always lost. We kept a tally up above the TV. It was humiliating. And then I got Mafia 2 because I loved Mafia 1. And then my roommate ended up playing Mafia 2 more than me, like at an unhealthy amount. But it was a really good game. People are like naturally sinister at heart. Like Grand Theft Auto, oh my God, was I not allowed to play that. But when you did play it, you're like, can I run people over with my car? Can I throw people off buildings? I remember one time when my pop-up used to take me and my siblings to go get Christmas gifts for my parents, which didn't really make any... I mean, he was the one paying for it. But we would say it's from us, which was really nice of him. I always look forward to that tradition. But we'd always be like, Pop-up, can we get a toy? 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 Like, shut up! No! We're not here for that. No! By the end of it, yeah, just pick something out. I just get something. Fine, wear them down. And normally we'd go to KB Toys, but the one year when I was like full grown, I went into GameStop. And what did I go and grab? I was probably 12 or 13 years old. What did I go and grab was Grand Theft Auto 4. Nico Bellic. Nico, it's your cousin Roman. You want to play darts? Nico, it's your cousin Roman. Where are the $1,000 hookers and the nice fancy cars? Oh, this is the land of... Shut up, Roman. You're full of shit. And you lured me over here with false pretenses. I should kill you for that. I'm a hardened gangster. But I went and picked out, I don't remember how old I was. You know, I mean, probably, I don't know. But I remember I picked it out, Grand Theft Auto 4, and he's like, do you have a game? And it was only like $20. So it must have been out for a while. And as we're like ringing it up, I'm like, oh my God, I can't believe this is working. I can't believe this is working. So then the guy at GameStop who has no friends and snuggles with a Pikachu stuffed animal, not that there's anything wrong with that. He's like, well, sir, do you realize that this is the most violent game in the world? It is so violent, it'll turn your son into a serial killer. Your son will drop out of school if he plays this video game. It is extremely violent. Death, drugs, guns, violence, sex. Your son will become the next Charles Manson if he even opens up the case of this game when he... It's like... I mean... Yeah, it is really violent. But like make it seem like it was the absolute worst thing in the world. It's like, dude, you probably play this and you know how lit it is. Why you got to go and ruin it for me and do your job? And my pop-up was like, oh. He just wanted to leave so bad. And he's like, am I going to get in trouble for this? And I was like, no. I was absolutely, he wouldn't have. So I wasn't technically lying. He's like, I don't, yeah, buy it. Go ahead. Yeah, sure. Can you sign? Yeah, I'll sign it. And then I got the game. Never got caught with it, I don't think. But yeah, video games like that are fun. And you're sinister. I remember when I got L.A. Noire, which was a really good game. I like shit like that. You had to actually like think. But I remember being pretty upset when I first started playing it and realizing you can't run people over with your cars, which is weird. But at the same time, everyone's like, yeah, that would suck. It's a video game. Well, you're going to, do that violence and you're going to go do it in real life. No, I'm not. That's illegal. I knew that as a child. You can't do any of this stuff. It's a video game. But I got all back into video games like a little over a year ago. Not all back. I played Fortnite, which was pretty fun, but it was very overwhelming. I mean, when I would get down to like the top 5, like I'm like on the edge of my seat shaking because these kids are like, oh my God, they're so good. I never learned how to build. I could build, but like I'd be shooting at a guy and there'd be only 3 of us left. And within a millisecond, he'd be very well boarded and protected in a fortress that's 6 stories high, and he has like a turret at the top that targets me. I never won at Fortnite. My younger sister did. And then I started playing Warzone, which was the same shit. Like, this is just horribly overwhelming. I'm just going to hide and hope that nobody finds me. And then I would play with some friends, like, don't get on the Jeep. Don't get on the quad. Why can't I get on? Why? You're going to give away your position. Like, you're going to show up on the map. All right. Then why do they put it there? Just don't go on it. Okay, do this. Go in this room. Grab that gun. No, look that way. They're coming. We need to leave. Oh, my God. What the hell is this? Real warfare? It's not fun. And I sucked. I never was good at Call of Duty. The best KD I ever had was probably a .9. Never got a nuke. My favorite campaign mission, Call of Duty campaign mission of all time is all gillied up. Sorry, mate. You're going to have to carry me. Fuck you. I mean, Captain Price's voice. Fuck you. Nah, he's a good guy. That was just awesome. That was cinema. You got to live through cinema. Being in that field in your ghillie suit, in the prone position. Is it prone? Yeah. And they're walking through there. They would have seen you. But, it's a video game. But I started playing Call of Duty again about a little over a year ago. And I started playing multiplayer. Because I think their main reason was I needed to play Red Dead Redemption 2. My favorite game of all time is Red Dead 1. And then Red Dead 2 just blew me out of the water. But it was like, okay, I know you're really excited to play this, but we have to download these 3,497 gigabytes of storage, and it's going to take 6 weeks, and you're going to have to give us 2 quarts of blood in payment. It's like, okay. I'll do it. It was nice even back in like the Xbox stages or even further beyond that. You just popped the game in, pressed a couple buttons, and you started playing. And then you got to get all these like, fancy download packs. And even now, like that was like what I couldn't say about Call of Duty. I got Red Dead 2, played that, loved it. Took forever to download. Took a lot of space, but it was an incredible game. Then I started playing Call of Duty again. It was like fuck Warzone. I paid for multiplayer, and I was like, oh, this is awesome. It reminds me of old. It was just the reboot, Modern Warfare. It was incredible. Campaign was great. Multiplayer was cool. They had all these like, I love shipment. You could do just shipment. But like every 5 seconds, it's like, oh, do you want to download this pack? Do you want to download that pack? You got to give it 37 hours to download this pack. You're like, what is it downloading? And you find out it's like, a new hat you can give your guy, or like a new mod for your pistol, or like a new skin. Sometimes it's like a new map, but it's like, all right, is there an option to not get that? Because I only have a half hour before I'm leaving. I just wanted to, God forbid, play the game that I paid money for. What's even the point of the CD anymore? Why do they even sell that? If you buy the CD, you should pop it in and it should somehow automatically. You got to download everything. What's loaded on the CD? What's on there? Nothing? Just the home screen that says you have to download the entire game? You can throw out this stupid CD. It's useless. You can't just pop. No, you got to download this. You got to download. It's going to take 5 hours. And then you don't play for 3 days. Hey, man, I really want to play. No, that sucks. That sucks. This downloadable pack is going to take 24 hours. So see you tomorrow there, cowboy. You can start playing as early as 9 o'clock tomorrow evening. Tomorrow's Friday night. I don't give a fuck. And then when you go to play on Monday, there's another pack coming out. So, yeah. And then you download it. And then the one time, so I had everything downloaded. It was rather confusing for Call of Duty, trying to figure out, do I have the campaign, I have the multiplayer, I have Warzone, which I don't play. And then one time, it was a couple days that went by, and I went on, and I didn't have a whole lot of storage. And I went on, and everything was undownloaded. I was like, what the actual fuck? I couldn't even tell what I had and what I didn't have. Do I have the campaign? Do I have multiplayer? Do I even have Warzone anymore? What the hell happened? I had all of this stuff the other day and now it's just gone. Looked it up on a forum, got mad because I couldn't find the exact answer of the forum, which I always get frustrated because I go to Google and I type in something like really, 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 really specific. Like, how come in my Call of Duty, Captain Price's mustache is a slighter shade hue of red than my friend's game? Is it because of the TV settings, or is it my DVD? And then it'll show up like, oh, download Call of Duty today. I already have it. And then you never find the answer. So I was like, all right, I give up, not playing any longer. Then my brother got really into it. He figured it out. Now I'm back on the video game grind. Started playing MLB The Show. Oh man, is that shit fun? You're basically just living your dream through a video game. And my girlfriend is great about it. Like, she doesn't nag me. She lets me play. But it is just so addicting. There is like, all right, I'm going to play. Because in MLB The Show, and even Call of Duty, okay, I'll use Call of Duty as well. They're these short, quick games. So, like, in the show, I always just play my player. It simulates when you're at bat and when you're in the field. And if you just set it to where you just bat, you're a scumbag. You have to go through the motions. You have to become an all-around good player. I did it for a little bit. It was awesome. But I was like, all right. He started making errors when I wasn't controlling him, and I just didn't want to have any of that. But I'll play these two series. But then the last game of the series, say that last game you do either really well or you do really shitty. And regardless, if you do really well, you're going to want to continue that momentum right into the next series to help the team out. Or if you do really shitty, you want to go right into the next series to work out of this funk. And then, lo and behold, it's now 11:30 at night, and you're like, damn it. Might as well just play the next series because at this point it's already late. Call of Duty was the same way. All right, I'll play a couple games before bed, have a couple beers, maybe talk with the boys on Xbox Live. I always like playing my own, all by myself. Unless I'm actually directly playing with somebody. But you play a couple games and it's really fun and you have like 3 beers and you're like, well, I'm going to be late to work tomorrow. That's just video games. And I know, ladies, if you have a boyfriend or a husband or somebody that just plays them excessively, just, again, mind your own business and understand that it's really, really fun. And once you start playing, it's hard to stop. Now, I get it. There's probably many situations where it's like, all right, I'm 7 centimeters dilated. Wait a minute. My guy just got moved up to the Philadelphia Phillies, honey. We've talked about this. I've been on the Iron Pigs for 3 years now. You make this go away. That's not even funny. What if that scenario actually existed? Jesus Christmas. Yeah, so that's video games. Fun to play, and you get sucked in. And they'll keep sucking you back in. And I do enjoy going back and playing old games. The games that, like Skate. I just recently downloaded Skate 3. MLB is awesome, but same thing. It's like, hey, you want to you download this. You want to download this? You want to try this? I don't even know what that is. You've unlocked this. Okay, what do I get? Is my guy going to get better? No. My guy looks the exact same as me in my game. The same height, the same weight, same big head, same stupid mustache, same hair, same build. I'm not hiding nothing. And he plays left field, and he's a choppy hitter, and he's streaky. But he gets on base, and I always shorten up my swing when I'm struggling, which is something that is a mechanic that's getting lost in baseball nowadays, just saying. So that's all I got for today. Hope you enjoyed. I'll try to have the 4th podcast. I don't know what to do. I'm like right up against it. I'll try to have the 4th podcast out promptly and quickly, as soon as I can. The new industry standard video, haven't forgot about it. Coming out soon. Just got to find a good place to film it at and got to get some other people involved. And again, if you enjoy my videos, enjoy this podcast, tell your friends. And if you want to support me, head on over to my website. The link is in my bio on TikTok, Instagram, social media, and grab yourself some that Goon DC merch. All right? Thank you.